All right, we are back with another episode of Dice It Up, and we have some of my favorite people in the entire world on this show. I am surrounded by four queens. Life doesn't get better than this. Shout out to my wife in the other room. She's another queen. Maybe we can even bring my dog on the stream at some point here. But we are joined by three returning starters from the Seton Hall women's basketball team, the WNIT runner-up last year, Mya Bembry, Lauren Park-Lane, and Sidney Cooks. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know how I fell in love with this team. I mean, a little bit. Everyone who follows Spread the Floor with the betting platform knows I've put some money on the Seton Hall women's basketball team, which is really awkward to talk about with actual players, but you get to know them extremely well. And I think my first time covering this team was at the Big East tournament, where I saw one of the greatest shots and plays of all time up close. Shout out for the Big East for letting us be courtside. But either way, y'all were kind of just getting going on that run. You had lost like 3 straight games by, I think, 19, 33, 20. Then you go on this crazy run to end your season. You win 15 out of 17. I just want to know, at the end of January, was there like some type of internal meeting that happened, that or the players only type thing, come to Jesus moment? What happened there?
I think honestly, I think we just got tired of losing to teams that we knew we shouldn't be losing to. And it was just like, we're all so competitive. We're a really competitive group, especially last year. So when we just all came together at some point, we were just like, let's get this done. Like, let's stop playing around. And thank God it came at the time it did, because obviously the season could have went one of two ways at the, midpoint. But we all came together and we were like, let's play, let's do what we know we can do, and let's beat these teams that we know we should beat.
It's got to be extremely comforting to know that you guys were able to go on that stretch towards the end of your season, pull out a lot of close games, and the main culprits of those wins are returning this year, right? Like, you guys have that core nucleus to go through that. So I just feel like, as a hooper myself, like, knowing that you've, tested the fire and you've gone through war with some of these ladies next to you, that when you're going into the next season, it's like, all right, we can get through anything, because we kind of did the same thing several months ago, right? Sydney, like, how do you feel about that? Just knowing that you're going into war, battling with these teammates, and it's kind of the same people who pulled you through, again, winning 15 out of 17 games to end your season.
I think it's key going into this season because the trust is already there. And I think that's kind of where we struggled last year, is it took us a minute to get to know everyone's game and to be able to trust what they do on the floor. So it kind of gives us a swagger, I say, for this year. Like, yeah, I know what, Bambi's capable of, and LP and myself, and then the newcomers that have even came. We've really been dedicated to getting to know them and trust them much faster than we did last year. So yeah, I think it just gives us a momentum, like I said, a certain swagger going into this season.
Love that.
And you yourself, Sidney, and Mya, both transfers into this program, having tremendous success. I did hear Coach say at Media Day that Alana Baines might be one of the best transfers he's ever had, which is really crazy to say when I'm talking to two incredible transfers here. And then Andra Espinoza-Hunter, who is a transfer. Lauren, you're just kind of, the original. So you're not really in that crew.
In college basketball who don't leave, who stay and are like married to where they go. So kudos to you, because I didn't do it either.
Yeah. So Mya, what is that like? I mean, you've had 2 years under Seton Hall, but totally buying in. Are the expectations changing? Is there a certain expectation for incoming transfers now with the success that y'all have had?
I'd say Seton Hall's always been known to be a transfer school. Coach Bozzella gets some of the best transfers from around the country, knowing that their previous destination wasn't necessarily the best for them, or they haven't thrived in the best ways they could. So he always makes it a key point during recruiting to make sure that we know that we're going to be accepted here. And not only that, he's going to get us to play the best basketball we can, which in most cases for most of us is just a free-flowing form of basketball. So he harps on that throughout the season, and I think that's where the transfers get their confidence back, and is knowing that they could score however they want to score, and he's going to let us do that. Just knowing that we have his trust is a big thing. So I think when speaking on all transfer terms, it's we know we're going to have confidence coming in because he's going to believe in us. So everybody's going to be good in their natural respects coming that way.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I've known some of you guys. I mean, we talked about earlier about, Coach Walter Welsh and how you played for IXL, and I did too. And he coached us, just understanding that, like, also Desiree Elmore, went to Seton Hall, and he's gotten a number of those transfers that we've known personally, and just does a great job of, like you said, making it feel like home, and making you and allowing you guys to play that level of basketball where it's free. And that is, I think, very rare. In a lot of systems and a lot of college basketball systems, to play a style of basketball which is free flowing and you enjoy it and you love it.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yes.
I'm glad that you found a home in that. Yeah, I'm glad that you found a home in that. Shout out to Coach Walt too. Always.
Yeah, right. he was a hard coach too, so you already know what you're getting into.
Right. It was like free level basketball, but with many consequences. I don't know.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah.
See, I always thought Ice just transferred a lot because she wanted to give as many schools as many buckets as possible.
Just making your mark on different schools around the country.
I just went through the East Coast and I was like, we're just gonna pick every conference just about, and I'm just gonna go wreck mayhem. That's hilarious. We love that.
It works.
I know we lost Lauren and Sidney for a hot second, but I do want. I mean, what I'm going to show on the screen. Oh, I think they're back. 1 second.
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties.
It's okay. That's what happens at in West Orange, right? All right, so it's perfect to get into this moment. So we're going to show something that definitely sparked my love for this team. But we're going to show a clip from the Big East tournament. I'm going back to 148 left in this game. I mean, it was back and forth the entire game, but I'm not going to lie. I was not a believer after this first play happens.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Not starting off with a turnover, Dano.
See the
another
resilience of this
technical
team.
Difficulty.
Come here. You can't see me, but I'm in the bottom right corner. The Hezzy. Oh, God.
Oh my God. Final 35 seconds.
The 1-3 she made the whole game.
Right.
I was like mad depressed at that moment. Just want to say that. All right. So this play set up here, I was for sure thinking Lauren's taking the shot. This is why I'm not a college coach or a player no longer, or hit Sidney for the dump. But the upcoming pass here, double team. And we know what happens here, but we can watch a miss.
Yeah, for sure.
He gets it in. Rebound for the win. And Seton Hall.
Bye.
Yo, we did so much storming the court.
Oh, I mean, we have another example that we definitely should show. But when I was looking at the other game, because I posted highlights from the WNIT, but getting to that game, obviously you had to start playing at home a lot. I think you didn't win your first round game against Fairleigh Dickinson. You blew them out. The next few games, I think you won by like 7-3, close game with Columbia. And I was super nervous for y'all going into that Middle Tennessee State game. Then Sydney's going off in the first half. I think she's like 4 for 4 from 3 in the game, right? Mm-hmm. And there comes a moment where I even thought about turning the game off, but I'm a true fan. I wouldn't do it. I just want to know what was going through your minds at this specific point when all of you're going on a crazy run, which doesn't really happen too much, especially in tournament games on the road, which is weird in general. But this was part of a 20-0 run in the first half.
Park-Lane in traffic.
This moment here,
This is a really good timeout.
I was like, I'm done. So I start focusing on other things, and I see the score starting to creep back up. And the next thing you know, with 23 seconds, this team is down 4.
Right.
I have no idea. I mean, looking back, everything that had to go right for this game to go the way it did just blows my mind. I think this team, this Seton Hall team in January probably doesn't win this type of game, right?
No.
I mean, the trust you have in Coach Bozzella, but the trust he has in you. I think this first play is a clear example. And you need a quick one, and you can go for 2, but you get the old-fashioned 3-point play anyway.
Yeah.
Amazing, right? Talk about Coach's trust in you to just go and take that play, or was that a set call to do a give and go right there?
Wait, can you repeat that, please?
Oh, you're fine. Talk about Coach's trust in you to just, I don't know if it was a set play to do a give and go on the side, but
yeah,
his trust in you to just overall run this team, especially in a crucial point in the game.
I think definitely, like you said, in January, the trust wasn't there for all of us. But, as we gained the trust in one another, coaches included, you saw, like, even in the Columbia game, we were playing out, like, the games. Like, they weren't calling a lot of timeouts, and they just let us play. I think that comes over, like, that is chemistry, stuff that we had to work on through the entire year. Coach B has a lot of trust in me, even to this day, but we have a great relationship off the court, which is, like, I think ties into that. And, I tell everybody that's my guy for life. I'd do anything for Coach B. Because he just lets me play, and, he gives me the confidence to want to go out and do my best for him. So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have a very specific question, like, going on a 20-0 run and then seeing the game swiftly change, right? And then just kind of building back. What are the conversations in the huddles? Like at this moment right now, when you're getting ready to huddle and it's like, yo, okay, we're close. We can cut this thing down. Like, we're still here. What are the conversations in the huddles on the floor between you three and whoever else is playing with you to get it done? Like, what does that sound like, Mya?
Just reinstilling to be confident. We've been in this situation 100 times before. Like you had mentioned a few games in a row that we were trying to come back from a deficit or the game was already really close. So we had practiced a bunch of end of game situations. And so it was just making sure we knew who we were, which is Seton Hall basketball. And we're going to come back and we're going to score.
Yeah. Sidney, I saw you smiling when I asked that. Did you have a thought too?
Oh, I think by then our huddles were so like intense, but real with each other that like, that was the norm of the season. It was just up and down. Like, okay, we're blowing someone out. And then, oh, we only won by 8. Like, it was so consistent. So by that point, it was almost funny. Like, there's no way we were just blowing them out. And they made every shot. And now they're up now. Like, what are the odds? So I think, too, we were in such a momentum that we didn't even realize, like, we knew they were making shots, but we were making shots. So we didn't even realize, like, oh, the game is close again. Yeah. And I remember me specifically going, guys, they're down by 2. Like, look at the score. And we finally had got it together. But yeah, to me, it was just like a funny moment that, like, here we are again. Doing this again.
Right. Like, let's not give a heart attack every time we go up by 20.
We like to add a little, like, razzle dazzle to the games.
I think that's why y'all favorite team, like Dano is y'all favorite team.
I mean,
I think like the heartbreak in the middle of the game.
Like, that's why I needed my therapy dog here. I need my therapy dog watching that one. But I still know that's a crazy place to play. I mean, I remember talking to you two at Media Day about their environment. Their fans are nuts. You absolutely shut them up, in the first half. They're going nuts. They think the game's over. They're playing for a championship. You get this quick turnover, which
Masterful
is brilliant.
job
I love
of
jump ball
Seton
rules
Hall
in college, by the way.
Get into Whitson and a jump off like they just did. Get her going to the rim and then some shooting options.
Sydney makes her shots from the first half, so I got to honor the three.
There's the handoff. There's going to the rim.
All this movement.
Espinosa
Perfect pass.
drop it off for Cooks. She got it.
Was a foul there too, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
right?
you.
Like, come on.
No, and the funniest thing when looking to pull this clip again, like I was searching for this play on YouTube, and the first video that shows up is controversial no call at the end of the game. They really thought that this was a foul up here. I mean, I had to show them a little sad and dead at the moment.
On the drive.
Perfect defense.
Literally.
And I was like, well, if we were gonna give that, then I should have got the and one anyway.
Yeah.
So whatever, we're not calling it.
He went nuts.
You know, end of the game, referees swallow whistles in those situations. So it's just that's why you got to finish your contact.
Right.
And I love Andra here. We want to do a new thing this year on Dice It Up, where someone who does something not disrespectful in any way, just showing that they got that dog in them.
Or disrespectful.
We want to, whatever. Just incredible play. Says something funny. Does something great.
Well, someone threw the ball at her. Actually,
oh really?
A fan
threw the ball at her, so that's why she's like
spicy.
Well, this is perfect. Bye.
Right.
So, I'm all for. Anyways, I'm all for it. We're gonna have a dog of the week. Gonna make shirts. Might have to send some honorary dog of the week shirts to the ladies of Seton Hall. We're gonna get that done. It's funny. A company is advertising custom T-shirts on an ad popping up right for me right now. So, go ahead.
I've got a question for you guys going into the season, because teams are not going to be surprised by who you are and what you three have done, and company, right? And Coach B and just the great staff that you guys have. What is one word that you would want an opponent to think of if they've got to play Seton Hall women's basketball tomorrow? Right? Like each of you, I want one word where it's like, and we play Seton Hall. Okay, we know we're going to get this. At Syracuse, like, this is not a word, but it would be a phrase like, we're going to shoot the lights out. Like we were shooters. We were knockdown 3-point shooters. So like if you were facing us, guard 3-point line. So what's one word that you guys like would love other teams to have in their mind when they're coming to play Seton Hall women's basketball? I'll start with Sydney.
I don't know if I could say the word that I would really want to say. I'm just gonna say gritty.
Gritty. I love it.
Grit. Love it.
Lauren, what you got?
I have a phrase. I'm gonna say you're in for a long night.
Love it. I love it.
And then I was gonna say it's gonna be a fight.
Okay. I think I would title that "It Gets Dark Out Here." We say that here. Yeah. It gets real dark out here. Play Seton Hall women's basketball. I love it.
I mean, it's like you said, Ice. The secret is kind of out, right? I mean, you lead the country in assists, Lauren. You're the only player in the country to average, I think, 18, 6 and shoot above 30%. I think you're at 39% last year from three.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you must have gotten in the lab and worked on it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Sydney, first team, all Big East, your first year in the conference. And then Mya, clutch shots galore, returning starter, just a lot of continuity with this team. So, I mean, I like to tell everyone who's listening or watching that I was on this bandwagon super early. Okay. And Ice, I've told you about him.
You did. When we first met, one of the first teams he mentioned was like, we got to cover Seton Hall basketball. I'm like, duh, it's Coach Tony. Like, what you mean? Right. That's our guy. But also because of y'all too, obviously.
Yeah. So can we get a call to action for all Seton Hall students and then everybody within a 20-mile vicinity of West Orange to come check out Seton Hall's women's basketball team this year? They are going to go off.
Speaking of the devil.
And here you
Who's
go.
there?
Are we getting a surprise guest?
Yeah.
We're getting a surprise guest in our podcast today.
Yeah, I think so. Look, a celebrity.
Celebrity? There's no celebrity.
Fine.
Hello.
What's
We
up?
know that voice from a mile away.
Hey, you guys got the dynamic duo here. Are you
Yeah.
all right? Make sure they say one nice thing about me, will you please?
Just one. I got you.
This is a great. Oh, you guys are awesome. Nice to see you guys again.
Good to see you, Coach.
All right, that makes me feel even better about the vibes of this team. Look at that.
Yeah, I feel like I should I don't know, be in locker room conversations now. Like I'm just gonna pull up to practice randomly one day. Like what's good?
This is all the time.
You're in
like,
for it.
I'm
I,
so excited. Like
Ice, we really should. I mean, I can make myself available. Well,
Dano
we
actually wants to practice. Like he'll be dressed and ready.
okay. My shot's been off a little bit lately. I got a game tonight. I'm not looking forward to it. We'll see. I do want to talk about, I mean, all of y'all's future. I mean, you're coming up on potentially your last year of school. So I know, Sidney, you mentioned playing professionally. Mya, I know we got something cooking from a business consulting standpoint, using that international business degree. Lauren, we've heard Coach say that you could be one of the best coaches he's ever seen, but you also have something going with fashion. Style Jordan Canada earlier this year.
Yeah.
I do want to know, who are some current WNBA fashion icons that you kind of do connect with style wise outside of Jordan, for example. I did pull this up. I mean, just to share some names that we do know. Is there anyone that you do connect with stylistically?
Damn, they don't have Enrique on there. That's the one. And Skylar Diggins, she did her thing this season. I won't lie.
Yeah, Sky looked good. She did
the whole season. She ate everybody.
And then I do need.
Oh, and Sue Bird. Gotta say that one too. Sorry.
Oh, no doubt.
Gotta include Sue in there.
Now we do have somebody I also want you to rate their game day fits. They don't necessarily. I've never seen her game day fits overseas, but I have seen her game day fits as far as calling games go for the Connecticut Sun.
Oh yeah,
we got
my favorite color. You win.
Right, you ate that one.
Dano, you are a mess.
I'm sorry, I did not. I mean, I should have asked you which ones I should have picked, but we know she loves orange for the Connecticut Sun. Can we? I mean, is this the beginning of a possible collab?
Yes. I give it a 10. She might not even need me.
I appreciate that, but listen, I think a little birdie told me I might have some Big East games in my future.
Oh yeah.
So I will if I find out, I will get your number from Coach B. I will 100% be like, yo, what I gotta wear to game tonight? What are we looking at? Give me some options.
It might be a lot of blue, just so you know.
Okay, I'll stock up because I do have a lot of orange naturally. I appreciate that though, Dano. Hilarious as always.
It's what we do. I also need to get permission from Coach B to bring my dog to a game. Shout out to you, Lauren, for telling Calvin to shut the hell up from her hoop stats when he said the dog might be bigger than Lauren. Yeah, Ollie is a big dog. He's 10 pounds overweight. We're watching his weight. He's 105 pounds. He's a little too big right now. But Lauren, Sidney, Mya, thank you so much for hanging out with us for 20 plus minutes. I mean, every time we talk, I feel like we're just picking up where we left off. Y'all are amazing. You're gonna have an incredible year. Everyone, keep Seton Hall on your radar. Shock the world this year. We're looking forward to it. We're ready to see y'all back in the NCAA tournament. Having me go absolutely bonkers from here in New York City.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Good luck, y'all. It gets dark out here.
Very.
See it.
We can't wait either.
All right.
Yeah.